Picture this. You're 25 years old, scrolling through social media, and you see another influencer posting about their retirement fund. The number $1.2 million pops up on your screen. Your stomach drops. I'll never have that much money, you think. Retirement is impossible for someone like me. But here's what nobody tells you about that $1.2 million number. It's completely wrong for most people. And even if it were right, you don't need anywhere near that much to retire comfortably. Today, I'm going to show you the real math behind retirement, why most financial advice is fear-mongering nonsense, and exactly how much you actually need to retire by 60, even if you're starting from zero. Let's start by exposing the biggest lie in personal finance. The number $1.2 million comes from outdated assumptions about spending, inflation, and lifestyle. Think of retirement planning like building a clay bridge. Financial advisors love to use scary numbers because it keeps you dependent on their services. But once you understand the real math, you can build your own bridge to retirement. Here's what $1.2 million actually represents. Most advisors assume you'll spend 80% of your pre-retirement income in retirement. If you make $60,000 per year, they assume you need $48,000 annually in retirement. Then they assume you can only safely withdraw 4% per year from your investments. So they calculate $48,000 divided by 4% equals $1.2 million. But here's where they're wrong. You don't need 80% of your income in retirement. You'll have no mortgage if you pay it off, no commuting costs, no work clothes, no taxes on 401k withdrawals if you plan correctly. Your actual retirement expenses could be 60% or less of your working income. Meet our clay character Alex, age 25, making $45,000 per year. Financial advisor Clay tells Alex they need $1.8 million to retire. But Alex builds a better retirement plan. Instead of blindly trusting Clay, Alex calculates their real retirement needs. Alex's current expenses are $2,000 per month. That's $24,000 annually. But in retirement, Alex won't have mortgage payment of $800 a month, commute costs of $300 a month, work clothes and lunch money of $200 a month, and income taxes of $300 a month. That's $1,600 less in monthly expenses. Alex's real retirement expenses for $100 per month or for $1,800 annually. Now Alex needs to calculate how much to save monthly to reach $1,800 per year in retirement. Using the 4% rule, that's $120,000 total, not $1.8 million. Meanwhile, Alex's friend Sam falls for the scary number and saves aggressively for 15 years, missing out on life experiences and potential income-building opportunities. Alex lives well while saving smartly and reaches the lower target faster. The lesson: focus on realistic expenses, not inflated assumptions. Now let's talk about the biggest retirement expense most people ignore: where you live. Meet Clay characters Lisa and Mark, both age 30. Lisa lives in San Francisco, making $80,000 per year. She thinks she needs $2.5 million to retire because of the high cost of living. Mark lives in a smaller city, making $60,000 per year. He calculates his retirement needs based on his actual location. The claymation shows Lisa trapped in an expensive clay city with clay skyscrapers that keep getting taller, representing rising costs. She works harder and saves more but feels like she's drowning. Mark moves to a mid-sized city with lower costs but keeps his higher salary working remotely. His retirement needs drop to $800,000 while his earning potential stays high. But here's the plot twist. Mark doesn't just relocate for retirement, he geo-arbitrages. He earns city salaries while living in low-cost areas. His investment account grows faster while his expenses stay low. By age 40, Mark has $300,000 saved while Lisa has $150,000, even though Lisa makes more money. Location isn't just about where you retire, it's about where you earn versus where you spend. The takeaway: you can control 70% of your retirement costs by controlling where you live and work. Here's the secret that changes everything about retirement planning. You don't just need money to retire, you need money that makes more money. Meet Clay character Jordan. Who discovers the income multiplication effect? Jordan saves $100,000 by age 35, instead of putting it in a savings account earning 0.1%. Jordan invests it in a diversified index fund earning 8% annually. The claymation shows Jordan's $100,000 growing into magical clay that keeps growing more clay. By age 65, that $100,000 becomes $1,064,000 just from compound interest. Jordan didn't earn more money, Jordan's money earned more money. Meanwhile, Jordan's friend Casey keeps $100,000 in a savings account earning 1% annually. By age 65, Casey has $130,000. Casey missed out on $930,000 because they were too scared to invest. The key insight is that time in the market beats timing the market. Every year you delay investing costs you exponentially more money. Let's talk about the retirement secret that nobody mentions, Social Security. Meet clay character Maria, who understands how to maximize this government benefit. Maria learns that Social Security replaces about 40% of your pre-retirement income if you earn the average wage. But here's the trick, you can boost this significantly. Maria discovers the spousal benefits strategy. When Maria's husband turns 70, he claims his maximum benefit. Then Maria claims spousal benefits at 70% of his amount, even though she never earned that much herself. The claymation shows Maria as a clay character standing next to her husband. To clay streams of money flow from the government, but Maria's stream is much larger because of the spousal strategy. They receive significantly more than they would individually. But Maria goes even further. She delays claiming her own benefits until age 70, getting an 8% increase per year after full retirement age. This boosts her lifetime benefits by 24%. Combined with her 401k, Maria and her husband live very comfortably on much less than $1.2 million. They have geographic flexibility, investment income, and maximized government benefits. The lesson: factor in all income sources when calculating retirement needs. Claymation Visual Scene 5. The Part-Time Income Revolution 7:30 to 8:30. Here's the game changer that most financial advisors ignore. You don't need to fully retire. Meet clay character Tom, who's 62 and technically retired but still earning money. Tom transitions from his corporate job to consulting in his expertise area. Instead of earning $80,000 per year full-time, he earns $30,000 per year part-time for 6 months. Tom's 401k can handle the other $35,000 he needs annually. His part-time work also keeps him mentally active and socially connected, which research shows adds years to your life. Meanwhile, his friend Steve stops working completely at 65. Steve's $50,000 annual needs must come entirely from his 401k, forcing him to withdraw more money and risk running out. Steve also gets bored and depressed without purpose. The claymation shows Tom splitting his time between relaxing clay activities and meaningful clay work. Tom's retirement looks like a balanced clay pie, some rest, some work, some play. Steve's retirement is all rest, and it becomes stale. The key insight: you don't need enough money to never work again. You need enough money to work by choice, not necessity. Let's address the elephant in the room that destroys most retirement plans: healthcare costs. Meet clay characters Susan and Bill, both age 60. Susan ignored health costs in her retirement planning. She assumed Medicare would cover everything. When she develops diabetes and needs expensive medications, plus dental work not covered by Medicare, her retirement costs skyrocket. Bill planned ahead. He maintained health insurance until 65, kept a health savings account, and focused on preventive care. His health care costs are manageable. The claymation shows Susan stressed about medical bills while Bill enjoys his retirement carefree. The lesson: factor health care into your retirement calculations, but don't let it paralyze you. Most people overestimate healthcare costs by 200%. The average retiree spends about $1,000 annually on healthcare, not $15,000. Here's exactly how to calculate your real retirement number and start working toward it. Step 1. Calculate your current essential expenses. List everything you absolutely need to live: housing, food, transportation, insurance. Don't include wants like dining out or entertainment. Step 2. Subtract expenses you'll eliminate in retirement. Mortgage payments, commuting costs, work clothes, income taxes on 401k withdrawals if properly planned. Step 3. Add realistic healthcare costs. Figure $300 to $400 monthly for Medicare premiums plus out-of-pocket costs. Step 4. Use the 4% rule on your real number. Your target equals annual retirement expenses divided by 4%. Step 5. Calculate monthly savings needed. Use compound interest calculators to see how much you need to save monthly to reach your goal by 60. Step 6. Start with employer 401k match, then max out Roth IRA, then increase 401k contributions. Remember, you don't need $1.2 million. You need enough to cover your actual expenses with inflation adjustments and a margin of safety. Here's what you need to remember. The $1.2 million retirement myth is designed to scare you into making bad decisions and paying for expensive financial services. The truth is much simpler. Calculate your real retirement expenses, invest consistently over time, consider where you'll live, factor in Social Security and part-time income, and plan for health care. Most people need $600,000 to $800,000 to retire comfortably, not $1.2 million. Even for $100,000 can work if you're strategic about location and expenses. Stop letting fear-based numbers dictate your financial future. Start with the real math and build from there. If this video shattered the retirement myth and gave you realistic numbers you can actually achieve, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Leave a comment below with your real retirement number after doing the calculation. I love seeing these light bulb moments when people realize retirement is more achievable than they thought. Your financial freedom starts with understanding what you actually need, not what fearmongers tell you you need. Now go build a realistic retirement plan.